Today I'm going to be speaking on first aid. First, meaning the first thing that happens, initial, and aid, meaning assistance. These are just words I look up in the dictionary. So first aid could be described as the first assistance or the initial assistance that is given to someone before medical help arises. So medical help could be in terms of waiting on the ambulance. Maybe you phone 999 for ambulance, depending on the location. Maybe it's 911 in your country, or it's about literally taking the person to the hospital. Now, the first aid kit is very important. You should have a compact one like this. Everyone should have that in their handbag. Ladies, in your handbag. Let our handbags not just be full of mirrors, makeups. Put a first aid kit in there. Gentlemen can put this in their laptop bag or cases. It will come in handy one day. We are not praying for bad things, but it would come handy. This is the recommended size for your car. Every car should have this. You're not going to bring it out. You leave it there, either in the car boot or in the, we call it safe. Yeah, in the safe. This is a good size to leave in your car. Imagine you're traveling on the expressway or the motorway. There is no hospital nearby and something happens, maybe just a cut. You know, instead of leaving maybe the hand or the finger bleeding, you would get bandage or plaster, depending on what it is that happened. But you would get something from your first aid kit that you could put on that finger until you get to the hospital, depending on how bad it is, or you might not need to go to the hospital at all. This is highly recommended for your car. Don't be tempted to bring it out and quickly use it inside the house. And if you do, remember to put it back in the car. This is the domestic first aid kit. Every household should have one like this. Ideally, it should be in your kitchen. And it has contents that has been tailored for some of the minor accident that can happen in the house. Okay, I'll read from this one, the content. It has washproof plasters. So there's the minor cut, you need to put plasters. It will be handy. It's not like it is at that time you are rushing out to the chemist. Hey, somebody there. Go out to the chemist, go and buy something. It could work, but maybe the person would lose some blood or unnecessary pain. This one has scissors. It has gloves. It has wipes. You know, the proper hygienic wipes to wipe off wound, such that you're not infecting it. It has burn pad. So if there's a burn, maybe from touching the hot plate or the cooker. Safety pins, if you're going to use bandage and you need to hold it in place. It has cream, the appropriate cream that you could use depending on the injury. It has the high wash, and it has a guardian card that tells you what to do so that you're not second guessing, oh, what is this for? So I think the card came with diagrams telling you which item, what name it is, and what it can be used for. Anybody can administer first aid, be it a child or an adult. In fact, I recommend that everybody in the household becomes a first aider. However, I would also recommend that you don't just wake up and say, I'm a first aider. Go to organizations that provide first aid training. You don't know who will be needing a first aid. It could be the parents. If your children don't know how to administer first aid, you know, just that chance to save life could be missed. It could be your child you want to save before you get to the hospital as a mother or as a father. So as a parent, get first aid training. I'm sure there are organizations everywhere that provides this training. Get yourself trained in first aid. Also, every organization, schools, hospitals, obviously, churches, mosques, private companies, public companies, you should all have a first aider. Ideally, you'll be breaking the law, statutory responsibility if you don't. And you should have a first aid station. that all your employees would know. Ideally, what happened in that instance is something like this is hung on the wall and maybe is labeled and say first aid station. Every organization should have that in compliance to welfare of their staff. I hope you found this information useful. Again, please subscribe to my channel, like my page, and I hope to be back again soon with another safety related topic. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Bye.